Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game we're playing a 4v4 match on the map Innocence. I'm starting in the top left position, playing as the Soviets. There are quite a few good players in this game, and I'm starting sort of like at the back. I've got a player to my right, and I've got a player to the south, so I'm nicely in the back, so my base is going to be quite well protected. Now, one of my teammates, Gerben, is asking me if I'm could go multi-MCV, but I think it's probably best not to in this game, pretty much because there's a lot of good players, and if you go multi-MCV, I won't be able to help my teammates early on, and that sort of could end up with one of them dying, and any advantages gained from going multi-MCV would be negated by that, because what multi-MCV does is it allows you to build buildings very, very quickly. Right, so we can see that Paradius, who's playing as the blue, has got quite good defence there. I mean, with the map Innocence, it is quite easy to defend because there's only certain points where your enemy can enter your base. So you can see you just have to block them, just as Paradius has done there. And I'm bringing some infantry to his base straight away, and because he's already got a good defence up, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scout to the right and maybe even look for some building kills if I'm lucky. Now, this is an ore-only map, so I am going to go for my second ore refinery before I go for my second war factory. And I'm going to build 2 ore trucks immediately. Yeah, and you can just see I've got a lot of troops there. They're not really that useful at the moment, so I'm just continuing moving them forward. Now, what I always do is I keep my finger close to S, which is a hotkey for stop. And if I see some enemies I run into, then I'll just press S, and that just stops my troops and they'll start fighting. So that's a very useful thing when you're scouting with infantry, or you've got a group of infantry. Just press S if you see other troops, because if you just run, what will happen is you'll just lose all your troops as they run past the enemy soldiers. Right, so that's my second ore refinery down. So now I'm going to build my second war factory just to increase that building speed for my tanks. And you can just see I've got actually quite far in. What I'm sort of doing now is I'm just looping back because we've got Pink who's here. I'm just going to the back of his base. We can see he's built a radar dome, so that's quite early for a radar dome, but sometimes it's useful. And Red has spotted me, and what he's doing is he's actually sending his ore truck after my troops, so he's just going for like a squash. So what I'm going to do is we press an X, and it hasn't worked out too well for me. And now I'm thinking I possibly should have gone for that power plant. He's had to build a flamethrower, so I've got some value at least from that attack. Because if he has to build a flamethrower, then it's going to reduce a bit, like his other buildings, whatever he was building, like a ore refinery or a war factory, and whatever he's got at this stage. So what I'm doing now is I'm sending my tanks to the front. Because what I don't want to do in this game is I don't want to hold my tanks back into my base. Because if they're back at my base, they're not going to be able to help my teammates, who are the ones that are most likely to be attacked. And you can see Pink is in the middle there, because they've got a team down there. Yeah, and we're just bringing them to the right here because Pink's tanks are out of position. But you can see Pink is pulling back now, and it looks like we're going to have a heavy v heavies tank battle. And at the moment, it looks like Pink is going to have the better tank numbers. And of course, that'll be the case at this stage, because we are close to Pink's base. So we're getting a couple of kills here. You can see that Blue's coming in from the left. He's also playing as the Soviets. And we can see that Purple and Red have joined the fight. And Red and Purple are playing as the Allies. Purple using light tanks and Red using medium tanks. And you can just see at home, I'm just building up my economy and just keeping on that. We can see that they look like they've got the fight here. They do have the great tank numbers. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be building myself a radar dome, because what I want to know is what's going on other parts of the map. And you can see we're getting pushed back now, but Paradius has a Tesla coil, and that's a really good placement for that Tesla coil, because he can attack things north coming in from the right there, as he is doing now. He can also protect things from the south, and we can see that he's destroyed one of those bridges leading to his base, which is a good move on his part. So this is going to make his base quite easy to defend. Purple, on the other hand, which was the other team that sort of started in the middle position, he's actually went right to the middle, and he's built his base is very, very open, so that's going to be quite easy to attack. And we can see that Purple's going to the left, and I think he's actually going to my base, so I'm going to need to pull my tanks quickly back at the moment. He's got light tanks, and I hope he doesn't do a base dive on the MCV, because that would be quite bad, obviously, for me at this stage. So I'm just getting that other thing down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a Tesla coil, because Tesla coils do really, really well against light tanks. I think they can sort of one-shot them. And you can see that Gerben is coming up also to help me defend against this. And it seems that Purple's going for the radar dome. It probably wouldn't be my first choice of thing to attack, because it doesn't really do that much, really. Except, well, it allows me to see the map, but if it gets destroyed, I can just build another one, so it's it wouldn't have been a big loss. And he didn't manage to destroy it, so that's quite a big win for us here. I'm still going to place that Tesla coil there, just in case of any more attacks. And we can see it looks like pink, well, it looked like pink were going up north, which would have been a bad choice there, because they'd be running into that Tesla coil in Paradius's base. And we can see that Gerben is now defending against Purple. But we can see he's going up, and I think he's done a bit of a misplay. I think he was trying to move somewhere else there. And he's ran past that Tesla coil, which has done quite a bit of damage to some of his tanks. And what we're doing is we can see that Purple is pretty much out of the game now. And what we're going to do is, while Pink's out of his base with his tanks, we're going to try and just attack those front buildings. So we're going to go for that Tesla coil, and Tesla coils are very weak when they're on their own without tanks defending them. And now he's starting to bring his tanks in, and that next Tesla coil is in a hard position to get. So really, we just have to get to it because it does so much damage. And it looks like it's going to go down, but obviously he's had time to regroup. And we can see that red is coming in to help pink at the moment, so that puts the tank numbers in in their favour. So we're just going to try and take some of those light tanks out to begin with, because they have very low HP, but they do a decent amount of damage. And we're going to be pushed back here, and we're just trying to do as much damage as we can to a couple of some of the pink tanks, which have quite a few on red now, so we're just wiping out those tanks. And we're still going to have to pull back because we just don't have the tank numbers to hold this. Fortunately, if when we go back to Paradius's base, he does have a Tesla coil just waiting at the other side. He's got 2 Tesla coils now, actually, so that makes it a really good defense. And you can see as soon as pink gets near that point there, he just pulls back because he knows he doesn't stand. Well, his tanks will just be destroyed by those Tesla coils. And we can see that blue's pushed into red's base, because blue has he has a lot of confidence that his base is well protected. And now we're going to be pushing down south. So I'm building my third war factory. I should have built it a bit earlier. You can see I've been hoarding a lot of ore. And ore in the bank isn't that useful. It's only when you use it to build tanks and other buildings that it becomes of use. And we've got... Yeah, and I'm just building another power plant because I'm low on power at the moment. And if you're low on power, your radar dome doesn't work. And also your building speed is lowered. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my tanks south, because I've sort of taken them into Nose's base. Nose is aware I'm there, and he's defending now. So I'm just going south there, where Nose probably won't follow me. And you can see that Orange hasn't been attacked in his base yet, so this is sort of like a bit of a surprise for him. And as he's taking his tanks to fight Gerben at the moment, we're going to destroy this construction yard. And it is looking good for us at the moment. It looks like it's going to be destroyed. Now, he has noticed, so he is bringing some tanks to defend now. But we're going to go for the power, because any power he loses now, he can't rebuild. So we got rid of that. And we'll see what other power we can go for. We've got another power plant there. and it looks like he's going to be able to defend because I only have 2 tanks left. Yeah, I've already got 1 tank left, so he's been able to defend that, but he can no longer replace any buildings he loses. And there seems to be a lot of action going on in the middle of the map there, and we can see that Gerben's going up to the base at the top right. That's Red's base, because Red doesn't look like he's got much left. What I'm going to do at the moment, though, is I'm going to defend that middle position where Gerben is, because his base is a bit open at the moment. He's got a turret, but unfortunately turrets won't do that much against a mass of tanks. And we're getting some good kills there when he was just filtering them in, but now he's noticed and he's pulling back. I think that's to group up his tanks. And what we have to be conscious of actually is the ore. We can see it's starting to grow a bit low at the moment. So what I'm going to build is a service depot, and that's going to allow me to build an MCV and transport to another part of the map. And we can see we're pushing, we're trying to push Pink back. He's got low power. Well, not now anyway. But we destroyed that Tesla coil. And we're just taking the fight here. We're going to destroy our war factory. And we can see that Pink's coming back to his base now, and they're going to be able to defend this and push us back. And it seems that Red's just managed to survive, even though Gerben attacked him. And I think that's probably has a bit to do with probably Pink helping him, well, helping him out. Right, so we're pulling back here, and this looks quite dangerous. We've got Red, we've got Pink, and we've got Orange, and they've got a lot of tanks. So we're going to need to defend Gerben's base. This defense is going to be absolutely crucial. They have got a lot of tanks, and I'm just sending everything I can to defend this middle spot at the moment. We can see Red's using a lot of light tanks. Obviously, Orange and Pink will both be heavy tanks as they're playing as the Soviets. And we can see that Orange is actually leaving this part of the map. And we can see that Red has finally been destroyed. So that was good. It's just given us that little bit of breathing space. But Pink is still pushing in. And I think what Orange is doing is he's going to the bottom left part of the map. And that's where I was going to initially send my MCV, but not anymore. And you can see that Gerben is expanding into that bottom left part, and that's probably why he's going for it. And you can see that Pink's going into my base, but he has lost a lot of HP on those tanks, trying to push through. So this isn't, this is working out. It's not too bad for me. There's a Tesla coil somewhere in the base, so that will, yeah, you can see a tank going down to it there.
Unit ready.
And you can see that Pink is under attack. He's in trouble now, and his base is getting absolutely annihilated. I think he needed to, yeah, keep on fighting in the middle, not push right into our territory. And you can see that Pink, I think he's pulling out now, but too late. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand to the middle part of the map. So I'm getting up a construction yard there and an ore refinery. But I think at this point, it's just a matter of when we'll manage to defeat them. You can see that Pink's pretty much done for. And we can see that Orange is putting up a fight. But if we remember correctly, we can see that Gerben's in his base, and any buildings that Orange loses, he can't replace. So this is really good for us. And yeah, that was a bit of a hectic match. It was just about yeah, being aggressive, I guess, and defending when needed to defend. And also expanding your base out, even though I didn't have too much opportunity till later in the game. But you can see my ore's totally dried up back at my main base. So if I didn't expand, I wouldn't be able to build anything at the moment. And you see, as it is, I am struggling to build tanks. And you can see that Orange has had his, well, I think he's had his ore refineries destroyed because his ore trucks weren't moving. They are now, but it doesn't look like they're going to get ore. And now it's just a case of clearing that up. We can see his power, yeah, his base is pretty much annihilated. And that's good game. Right, so hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.